Boy, the horror comedy subgenre does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Let's go ahead and review Tragedy Girls. Tragedy Girls stars Brianna Hildebrand, Alexandra Shipp, and is directed by Tyler McIntyre. What's up, guys? It's time for a brand new horror review. Not technically 2018, 2017, but I just heard about this movie actually on Killer Flicks from my good buddy Dylan Clancy. And Tragedy Girls, I love good horror comedies. The Loved Ones comes to mind, which is like one of my favorite of that subgenre. And looking at the trailer for this one, it really just caught my eye. It looks fun. It looks a lot of fun, and especially because of the two main leads in this movie. But first, before we get into this review, check out this brand new Drumdums Crow-inspired t-shirt. This came in today, and a new Killer Flicks t-shirt came in. This is Killer Flicks design number 2. Both designed by Woody Bowen. Throwing that in the drawer there. If you want one of those, come over to the Drumdums store. I'll have a card right here, and there's always a link in the info box. But I think I must have like maybe 10 different t-shirt designs now on Drumdums store, so there's a lot to choose from. Go in there and have a blast. But Tragedy Girls, it doesn't really like walk the line. It is a full-on, straight-up opus to horror movies. These two girls really just want to be serial killers, but more importantly, they want to be famous. And today, the way to get famous is social media. And they want to get as many followers as they possibly can, but of course they don't want to get caught. And so, the beginning of the movie, they use this guy Lowell, who is an actual serial killer, played by Kevin Durand, who is a face that you probably see everywhere, probably over the last like 5 years. He's just one of those supporting actors that you constantly know his face, but you really don't know his name. And there's a lot of really talented guys out there like this. But he shines in everything he does, so I have to give him props on this. He plays the psychotic killer, but at the beginning of the movie, he is set up and he is captured by the Tragedy Girls. Sadie and Michaela, they are best friends. They are completely like empathetic towards anything. They are sociopaths, and they really feel nothing. They just want to kill, and they want to keep score, rack up as many bodies as they can. And what's cool is their last names are Cunningham and Hooper. And if you're a true horror fan like me, and you guys probably, then you know those two last names. But this movie is actually full of fun little Easter eggs like that. And one thing that kind of bothered me was the two girls didn't know who Dario Argento was. But I guess I didn't really know too much about Dario Argento last year, so I can't really say much. But hey, I'm not going around killing people. I figure if they're such horror fans, they would know who Dario Argento is. But that's just another story. Now, first off, the thing I loved about this movie was the two main leads. Brianna Hildebrand, who you might remember from Deadpool, she is great in this. I don't remember her name in Deadpool, the character's name, because it's just one of those really long, I'll put it right here. But yeah, she and Alexandra Shipp, they are just really like scene stealers. Everything they do on screen is so great because really they're us. They're like horror fans. They are really the vessel that we can live through, you know? We as horror fans, we have some pretty twisted thoughts sometimes. Of course, we don't want to kill people, but, you know, everybody has a little bit of the dark side on them, and these two girls have that, and they just have fun with it. But really, at the core, it's a story about friendship. Their friendship is so tight, and you'll realize throughout the movie that at one point there is a love interest for Brianna, but you know, he doesn't really take front and center. The real story here is the relationship between Brianna and Michaela. It's just a beautiful friendship. And I like stories that don't tell like a traditional love story. It's more of a friendship story. Also, the kills in this movie, they're really good, really inventive. I think that's one thing about this movie. It feels disjointed a little bit because it's really lighthearted along the way, as far as like atmosphere goes, as far as cinematography even. But then they just kind of whap you over the head with a crazy ass kill. And there's a couple of those in here. And I think that works pretty well because there is some shock value to it. But I guess that is a good transition into the cons of this movie because like Happy Death Day earlier last year, I wanted this movie to be just a like full-on bloodbath. And I know I can't always get that in every horror movie. There's different levels of horror in these types of movies. But those are the kinds that I enjoy. The Babysitter was pretty much a bloodbath. And the ultimate example is The Loved Ones. Lola is one of my favorite iconic characters. And I think if they would have went that route with this movie, then Sadie and Michaela would have been bona fide horror icons. And really, that's what they're wanting to become in the movie. They're wanting to become horror icons. So it's almost like art imitating life. And they didn't fully do it in my mind. But don't get me wrong. I mean, for horror fans, there's still some good fun to be had in this movie. I will definitely give it a high humdrum. It's a lot of fun, but don't expect to have to take a bath after, if that makes any sense. So guys, what are your thoughts on the Tragedy Girls? Looking forward to hearing them. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day, and on Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. I heard about this movie through Killer Flicks. I hear about tons of movies through Killer Flicks. So if you're a horror fan, you should definitely check us out. And we're really getting a lot of members lately. We're getting close to 3,000 members. Like, we just added quite a few mods recently because it's hard to keep up with the influx of new members. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and now Stardust, where you can give your quick 30-second reviews. I pretty much try to upload a new Stardust review every day. Like in the morning when I go to work, I pull out my phone and I record a review. As a matter of fact, I will grab my phone and I'll record one right now, right in front of you guys. Okay, got my phone up. I'm opening up the app right now. I'm gonna click on the movie button, gonna tag the movie, gonna hit Tragedy Girls. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna press the record button and I'm gonna do this right now. What's up, guys? I'm actually live in my review right now for Tragedy Girls. But real quick, down and dirty, this movie is actually one of those like horror comedies, like The Babysitter, like The Loved Ones, but I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun to be had. I wished it would have been a little bit bloodier, but it's still a good time. So I would say get your Bunch of Crunch and your nachos and your drink and enjoy the Tragedy Girls. Boom. There you go, guys. And I'm gonna give my rating on Tragedy Girls. I'm gonna give it a 3 because that's my humdrum rating. And share this reaction. Boom. And there you go. There I am. So anyway, guys, if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I am about to hit, I'm less than 100 away from 10,000 subscribers right now. I'm putting together a 3-year retrospective, and just a way to say thank you, because there's a lot of people that helped me get to where I am. I could not do this alone. So I wanted to make something special for you guys. And I got some other things, you know, that I'm planning down the road. So looking forward to that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.